Okay, so we gonna do this classic YouTube style. Minimal editing, no script, no music, just me and my old ass iPhone 11 fucking screaming at this game. As you see right here and from the title of the video, all right, Kanji won the Amagi challenge. All right, they're married on my island. Why did I let this happen? It starts when I first bought the game. Yukiko and Kanji respectively are the third and fourth me I added to this island. And as soon as maybe like an hour or two after I added Kanji, Yukiko immediately fell for him. It was love at first sight. And I said yes, because that shit was hilarious to me. And at first it was. Kanji was Yukiko's only personality trait for a little bit. She was stalking this dude around. She was daydreaming about him every night, screaming at the sea saying, I love you and shit. She was down bad. And at first, my boy was terrified because she was on some Married at Japan Chain stalker vibes. I thought that was really funny. And I was like, surely from that first impression, he's not gonna fall for her back. Eventually she'll get rid of her crush. You know, she'll fall for somebody else, or she'll just lose interest in him. And that's it. That'll be the end of that. I added Naoto not too long after that, maybe like a day or two after it allowed me to add a bunch of me's to the island. As soon as I added Naoto to the island, the very first thing I did was make her talk to Kanji, okay? That is the very first thing I did. And every opportunity I had, I made them talk to each other. Every time they were frozen, every time they had hiccups, every time one of them was on the ground or was bored and wanted some company like this right now, I would immediately pick one of them up and bring them to the other. And all they did was small talk. That's all they did. They wouldn't even talk for more than like a minute at a time. Don't mess with my fucking beach umbrella, girl. Just some hi, how are you? How's the weather? Happy birthday, whatever fucking bullshit. They wouldn't speak to each other for longer than like 2 minutes at a time. So I was like, okay, well, damn, y'all must really not fuck with each other then. But like, they wouldn't even become friends. They've been acquaintances. They're still acquaintances right now. I've had this game for like a month and a half. But you know who she really got along with? Teddy. She really likes Teddy. Not like that, obviously, as you can see, but like they became best friends very quickly on this island. That didn't happen with them and Kanji. To this day, they are still acquaintances. So I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? I've been forcing them to talk to each other and they just don't fuck with each other. One thing led to another. Kanji ended up wanting to becoming friends with Yukiko. And after that first impression, I was very shocked. But yeah, he wanted to become friends with her. And then eventually, Yukiko popped a question on moving in. So now they're in the Amagi Inn, right? This is why I named this house, the Amagi Inn. And they've been fine. They've been hitting it off. You know, they had lengthy conversations. They were really feeling each other, okay? But, you know, Kanji still didn't see her more than a friend at this point. Meanwhile, Yukiko, that crush that she had at the very beginning of the game, she did not falter. She has been a loyal, consistent lover since she first laid eyes on him. She did not falter once. The only time she even entertained the idea of liking someone else was Yosuke. And even when I picked Yosuke, she said no and told me my love for Kanji is too strong. She was committed for 3 straight weeks. 3 straight weeks, bro. She's had a crush on this man. So at this point, I was like, okay, if it happens, it happens. You are clearly dedicated. It doesn't matter what I say anymore. This isn't a joke anymore. This means something to you. You're really serious about it. But I was so positive that in the month's time or so, like in the 3 weeks that she's had that crush, eventually maybe Kanji would finally pop the question to Naoto, or at least start catching feels, or just start becoming friends. No, they still didn't want to fucking do anything. Fast forward some more time, Naoto ends up becoming friends with Yukiko. And then she ends up wanting to live with Yukiko. And by this point, Yukiko and Teddy were living together because like I said, they really hit it off. They were in the house before Yukiko and Kanji moved in together. I said yes, because I thought maybe if Naoto and Kanji were under the same roof, maybe sparks will fly by that point. Maybe they'll actually, you know, consider each other as friends by that point. But nope. They got under the same roof and the same shit happened. They would only talk to each other for like a minute at a time. They would just wave at each other. They didn't even greet each other most of the time. They would just walk past each other in the house and just stay on separate sides. Just stay in their own rooms. But then the unthinkable happens. Kanji ends up actually falling for Yukiko. And that really fucking shocked me. I was so sure that it wasn't going to happen. But by this point, I really thought Naoto and Kanji just didn't fuck with each other. Like, no matter what I did, they were just gonna go against the grain and just stay acquaintances for the rest of their lives. So I was like, okay, fine, Kanji, you can be happy. This girl clearly has feelings for you, so why don't you go for her? So fast forward, bada bing, bada boom, Kanji actually ends up being the one to confess. I had them confess at the Ferris wheel, and they actually did this thing where he made her face out of a bunch of roses and planted them in front of the fountain, and that was actually kind of really romantic, I'm not gonna lie. Ren tried home wrecking the confession. He got shot down. You are not that guy on this island, pal. So anyway, they start going out. So by this point, I just accepted it. I accepted defeat. The OTP that I want isn't gonna happen on this island. And honestly, I kind of didn't care by this point. Yukiko was clearly dedicated. I would have felt very bad if after 3 weeks of crushing on him, I said no. I would have kind of felt terrible. But they seemed really happy, and I was just gonna let it happen. Because the one relationship that I wanted happened on this island. There was only one relationship that I knew I was going to force on this island, and they're married on the other house. In fact, how you doing? How you doing, Chie? You playing with your dog?
Huh?
What do you want?
Glad to see you're doing well, Rexy.
What do you want?
I'm trying to learn more about myself, and I think material goods are the way to do that. Could you bring me a treasure that suits me?
Goodness. Okay, hold on. I gave her a bonsai tree. See, I know what my girl likes. Anyway, you and Chie were the one relationship I knew I was gonna force to happen. As long as they were together, I didn't care what else happens. So when Yukiko and Kanji actually started going out, I was like, okay, sure, fine, whatever. I tried everything I could to get Naoto and Kanji together, and they just don't want to even become friends. So fuck it. So after they go out, fast forward 4 days, and guess what this motherfucker right here does? After a month and a half, you wait till he gets a girlfriend to start catching feels for him. Are you fucking serious? This couldn't have happened any other moment. I gave you 4 fucking weeks to do this, and you waited until he starts going out with Yukiko. What the fuck is wrong with you? So of course, I said it was love. I was like, okay, clearly there is still a chance that this might happen, but you're on a time limit, because by this moment, Yukiko already wanted to marry Kanji. But nope, like she just did a moment ago, she just spent the next few days sitting on her ass thinking about him. Meanwhile, Yukiko is already making plans, because last night she finally popped the question. She wanted to propose, and I said yes at this point. I was like, fuck you. This moment made me so mad. I was like, fuck you, Naoto. You're gonna wait until he's happy with another girl to finally do what I want you to? Hey, what's up, Marie? How you doing? What y'all talking about? How you fail at watching Scooby-Doo? No, I just want to clarify. No, this does not mean that I don't like Kanao anymore. No, this does not mean that I start shipping them. I did this out of spite because Naoto's stupid ass didn't know what she wanted until it was too late. And that made me so fucking mad. So I'm just gonna let this happen. Maybe they get divorced. Maybe they make this work and live happily ever after, okay? I don't know. But all I know is I am mad at Naoto right now, and I want her to suffer in that house. You deserve to see 2 other people happy, and you deserve to see what you missed out on. And then right as I'm recording this, Marie pranks her. Good, you deserve this. I'm mad at you right now. So now they're back to being acquaintances, and fortunately, Naoto and Yukiko hold no hard feelings for each other, as you can see, at least for right now. But Canal fans, I am very sorry. I tried my best. They just didn't fuck with each other no matter what I did. And she didn't know what she wanted until it was too late. So I'll make it up to you one day, guys. And that one day is very soon.